The right way to treat high blood pressure, what most doctors miss. High blood pressure. It's something nearly half of adults in the US deal with, often without even knowing it. But whether you've been diagnosed with it or not, this is a conversation worth having. Because when it comes to protecting your heart, brain, kidneys, and even your eyes, your blood pressure might just be the most important number you can control. Now, most of us have been told the same thing. Cut down on salt to lower your blood pressure. But today, I'd like to share a different perspective, one backed by research, experience, and a deeper understanding of how your body truly works. You see, lowering your salt intake may help a little in the short term, but for long-term, meaningful results, we need to look somewhere else, your hormones. Let's start with a major turning point in how we understand blood pressure. The SPRINT trial, published in 2015. Before that study, many doctors aimed to keep patients' blood pressure in the 120s over 80s, meaning the top number, systolic, at or below 120 millimeters of mercury, and the bottom number, diastolic, around 80 millimeters of mercury. But there was a debate. Were we being too aggressive with treatment? To answer that, researchers divided participants into two groups. One group let their blood pressure stay a little higher, around 130s over 90s. The other group aimed for tighter control, keeping it below 120 over 80. What happened next surprised everyone. The study had to be stopped early because the difference in outcomes was so dramatic. Those with stricter control not only lived longer, but they also had better protection for their kidneys, their vision, and other vital organs. In short, keeping your blood pressure lower, even as low as the 110s over 70s, can significantly improve your chances of staying healthy as you age. But here's where things get even more interesting. Think of your body's blood flow system as a closed loop, kind of like a garden hose with no open ends. There's no big storage tank of extra fluid that you can just drain or release to lower the pressure. Your arteries and veins are constantly adjusting to maintain that pressure. And when that pressure stays high over time, it starts to damage the lining of your blood vessels, a delicate surface called the endothelium, that leads to stiffening, inflammation, and long-term harm. Now, when most people are diagnosed with high blood pressure, the usual next step is medication, drugs that slow your heart rate or relax your blood vessels. These medications do work, and they're often necessary, but they're not the full story. What if I told you there's a deeper cause of high blood pressure, one that often gets overlooked, especially by those who focus only on diet or medication? That deeper cause is hormonal imbalance, especially a hormone called insulin. You might recognize insulin as the hormone that helps control blood sugar, but it does much more than that. High insulin levels, something common in people with prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or simply diets high in processed carbs, can trigger another hormone called aldosterone. And aldosterone causes your body to retain salt and water, which raises your blood pressure. So if your insulin is high, chances are your blood pressure is too. This connection is key. Because if we focus only on salt, we're ignoring the real driver behind the scenes. Instead, the first and most powerful step toward healthy blood pressure is getting your blood sugar under control, which brings your insulin levels down and calms the whole hormonal storm. Now you might be thinking, does this mean I can eventually eat salt again? The answer is potentially yes, once your insulin levels are in a healthier range. But let's be clear, this doesn't happen overnight. If your body has been exposed to high insulin for years, maybe even decades, it will take time to reverse the damage. That's why this process requires patience, consistency, and a good partnership with your doctor. And just as important as what you change is how you do it. If you're currently taking blood pressure medication, don't make any changes without medical guidance. Lowering your insulin and improving your diet can support your journey, but that doesn't mean you should stop your medications abruptly. In fact, many people find that as their blood sugar and insulin improve, their need for medication gradually decreases. That's a good thing, but it has to be done carefully and with supervision. So how do you lower your insulin? It starts with your plate. Choosing foods that keep your blood sugar steady, like leafy greens, lean proteins, healthy fats, and low-sugar fruits, can make a huge difference. Avoiding frequent snacking and processed carbohydrates is also crucial, but lifestyle plays a role too. Gentle movement, like walking or stretching, helps your body use insulin more effectively. Getting enough sleep and managing stress through breathing exercises or meditation can lower your cortisol, another hormone that plays a role in blood pressure, and hydration. It's more important than most people realize. Dehydration can trigger a rise in blood pressure, so aim to drink water regularly throughout the day, especially if you're cutting back on diuretics like coffee or alcohol. Now, I understand, this might feel like a lot to take in. But here's the good news, you're not powerless. In fact, you're in the driver's seat more than you might think. By focusing on hormonal health rather than just sodium, you're getting to the root cause of blood pressure problems. Not just covering up the symptoms, and the benefits go far beyond your blood pressure. When your insulin is balanced, your energy improves. Your brain feels clearer. Your risk of heart disease, dementia, and stroke drops. You're not just managing a number on a screen. You're protecting your quality of life, your independence, your joy. So the next time someone tells you to, just cut the salt. Remember, that might help for now, but it won't fix the problem. Instead, take the longer view, support your hormones, lower your insulin, nourish your body with real, unprocessed foods, and give yourself the grace and time to heal. Your heart is worth it. Your future is worth it. You are worth it. If you found this video helpful, we invite you to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom, where we bring you trusted advice to help you live well, age well, and thrive at every stage of life. And we'd love to hear from you. What small change have you made that helped your blood pressure or energy levels? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else.